Hello and welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today we're going to be answering the question of, did T.Rex Arms inadvertently create the perfect dump pouch for gas blowback users? I think it might be a yes. I'm so bad at this, I spoil all my videos within about the first 30 seconds. But if you want to find out why I think that, then stick around, we're going to be talking about it. So, I've had this now for about 6 months and it has been on my belt for the whole time and I absolutely love it. I like it so much that it's actually changed my entire play style, and it kind of speaks to how bad the predecessor that I had was, that my entire play style has changed around it. That's a big thing. So let's talk about the important things. What did I have before and why did I pick this and what's the difference? Well, prior to picking this up, I had a Blue Force Gear lightweight dump pouch. And I know that for us gas blowback users, magazines are heavy. And one of the biggest considerations when you're setting up your kit is how much does everything weigh? And before I've added any magazines into the mix, like, what's my rig? So you're usually trying to cut some weight wherever you can, and I was exactly the same. So the Blue Force Gear lightweight dump pouch seemed like a really, really good option. So I picked one up, attached it to my belt, it attached by Molly, but there may be other ways of attachment for them. I know that certainly with the T-Rex one, I think there is a Molly and there is a belt attachment, of which I went for the belt because I always run my dump pouch on my belt. Although there was a time actually using my Blue Force Gear that I had it attached to my plate carrier, and this is kind of where all of the issues and why this is so perfect kind of come in. It's hard to kind of cover it off all at once. But essentially, the Blue Force Gear attached to a single piece of Molly, there was a single thin attachment point that could spin, and there was no way of it attaching other than that single point at the top, and the bottom would just swing around. Now, if you're using, now this is a real gun magazine. Obviously, I've just got this because I use it for like photos and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to have. I weighed this. This is 120 grams, and obviously this has got like a bit of tape and stuff on it as well, so it's additional weight. Now, half a dozen of those in a dump pouch is coming up to like 600 grams. That's what real steel shooters have to contend with. Us gas blowback users, we have considerably more weight to worry about. So we can fire off every single BB in our mag, and it will have gone from 450 grams down to 430 grams. That's no different. So we have a lot of weight here to contend with. So I've actually got, there is one real steel magazine in here, I think. I'm just going to pop it on the scales and just see. We're at just over 3 kilograms here. So let's see what we actually managed to fit in here. So we've got one mag, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 mags in this dump pouch. But the big difference between this one and every other one, apart from I think Condor might do this as well, it's this. It's the thigh strap that comes with it. And what it means is that it's not swinging around all over the place. And there are a couple of things that kind of come into play here. Now, you can see how wide this belt attachment point is. So if I put we'll talk about the actual containment in a second, but when it comes to attaching this onto a belt, you basically run this, you run the belt through there, you bring this down, and there you go. It's completely attached onto your belt. Really, really secure. Anyone that's Velcro, it's obviously a military product originally. It's great, and they've used good quality Velcro on this as well. You can also, if not in use, you can lift the top flap, roll the whole thing up, and it's actually on the underside here. It's got the loop Velcro, so you can actually make it a lot smaller, kind of stow it away. Obviously, tuck this in if you want, but it's actually a wide attachment point at the top, and it also has 2 points at the bottom where it can attach then securely around your thigh. So you've got multiple points of attachment. what that means is this just sticks to you. It sticks to your arse cheeks like, I was going to say something really bad there. I'm not going to. It really sticks to you. Whereas when you've got a really thin attachment point here and nothing securing it at the bottom, that Blue Force gear one was all over the place. Especially when it was on my belt, but even when I moved it up to my rig here and started attaching it on there, as soon as you walked even a few steps, built a rhythm of any kind, that dump pouch would just start swinging. And if you're playing any CQB, the amount of times that I would stop just in front of a doorway, being nice and stealthy, and then bang, my dump pouch with all its mags in just goes and smacks into a doorway. I'm like, great, thanks for that. Really, really annoying. Has never happened with this one. So I've had this for like 6 months now. And yeah, from being the kind of person that will fire off all my rifle magazines in a single, well, you know, fire off a few mags in one firing position, leave the empty mags on the floor, and then move off to the next position, you know, fire a bit more. Any empty mags, I would just leave them on the floor. At the end of the game, I would often go back to those shooting positions that I'd had and collect them. Added a bit of time, wasn't convenient, but it meant that actually, as I got more tired through the game, the amount of weight that I was carrying kind of went down. So it did have its advantages. But with this, it's a lot easier because I can just put the things in the dump pouch and they're really secure. So as I showed you before, it can hold 6 magazines, and what you can do is, if you know that you're going to be going into a firefight, what I would usually do is get this top flap, put it in, and you just have the dump pouch like this. So as you can see, just a nice big opening, but it also has this piece of material here, which kind of, it already wants to sit over the top. What that means is that if you forget to put this flap down, then it's much, much less likely for any magazines to just bounce their way up and out of here. Obviously different with submachine gun magazines because they stick out the top already. So, but still I've not actually lost any magazines out of this. And one of the things that I could never do when using like a Blue Force gear dump pouch was I could never sprint. And having this wide attachment at the top and this going around my thigh, I can genuinely put 6 magazines in here and I can sprint from one place to another. As much as I'm not great at sprinting, I can do it. And previously I just couldn't. The magazines would be bouncing into the back of my legs, you know, kind of almost tripping you up. And it becomes like a real hindrance. And so for initially looking for that like 100, you know, maybe 150 gram weight saving, actually it just became a burden. And it was also taking up space on my kit and just wasn't getting used. So it was kind of like doubly useless. I was actually then just carrying around all that addition, even though it was light, I was still carrying all that weight for nothing because it was just never getting used. I really like this. But what I would say to people out there that sort of looking at this and go, actually, yeah, this is the answer to what I've been looking for Gas Blowback, because I'm sick of that heavy, 3-4 kilo dump pouch like swinging around everywhere. This is actually, yeah, it genuinely is the answer to what you're looking for. Like, this will sort you out. But the most important part is this bit here. And in reality, I think a lot of people could probably jerry-rig this kind of thing onto their existing dump pouch. And because all this is just it's a bit of shot cord and just a clip. So, I mean, this has been shot a couple of times and it's not cracked, not damaged, no nothing. And I've slid around with this, got it covered in mud before. It's been like brushed off and cleaned and stuff. But this hasn't been treated very well and it's excellent. You know, the stitching on it is really good. You can see that it's starting to get a little bit fluffy on here, as they all do. But, you know, you kind of expect that. This is like, it's so rare for me to say, but this is like a complete thumbs up. Like, T.Rex Arms have kind of really smashed it out of the park with this, and they've come out with a product that I think AEG users, it's not that advantageous. I think even real steel shooters, it's not that advantageous. But for us Gas Blowback users, this is perfect. This is like just what we've been waiting for. And after 6 months of testing and not losing a single mag out of here, like, I love it. I think it's great. I just think it's like an excellent product. Yeah, it continues to stay on my kit. As soon as I finish this video, it's going to go straight back onto my belt because that's where it lives now and it gets used all the time. So yeah, to anyone looking for a dump pouch that just wants something that's it's gonna just do the job for gas blowback airsoft, this is your one. Anyone that's on a budget and that's already got a dump pouch, maybe look to get some shot cord and see if you can make something for yourself, because that's kind of half the fun of airsoft. You know, you don't have to buy kit to be good. In fact, kit never makes you good. Like, it just kind of helps you out a little bit. What you want to do is go out and get training. I'm kidding. Yeah, maybe get some shot cord, maybe try and rig something up yourself. It's fun. It'll be a fun afternoon for you. But anyway, I'm blabbering on now, as you can well tell. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. And a massive thank you to all the new subscribers and everyone that's found the channel, all the old subscribers. Honestly, the comments, the likes, it means the world to me. It really makes my day when I've had a tough one. So thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one.